If people walked up to me on the street and were like, Dan, what's a past participle? I'd be like, I don't fucking know. Sounds like some sort of reggae band. Konnichiwa everyone, it's Dan from JaDan.co.uk and I'm back again to talk about Japan. So Japan, land of the rising sun, the home of Mount Fuji, the home to all that weird shit you've seen on the internet for the last 10 years, where you can get like maid cafes and cat cafes and shit, and also the place where the fax machine is still king. It's kinda strange, but it's also fucking awesome. It's an awesome place to visit, and it's an even cooler place to live. It might not come as too much of a shock to you that lots of people want to move to Japan and they want to live in Japan and experience Japanese life. Lots of people always ask me like, how did you do it? Why did you do it? Why did you do this? Why did you choose that? How is it? Is it expensive? Blah 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 blah. Before I get into how other people can do what I've done, I need to explain some of my backstory. So rewind 3 years. I live in Sheffield, England, industrial town in the north of England. I live with my parents. I've got a useless degree on my shelf gathering dust. Graduated from university in 2007 in sound engineering. I was working in a fucking dead-end job in a call center for an internet company, and honestly I was depressed. So I decided I need to make a fresh start, I need to do something with my life. So I decided I was going to move to Japan. I went and did a teaching qualification called CELTA, C-E-L-T-A, and that was done in 4 weeks at Sheffield University. It's kind of expensive and I probably didn't need to do it. Anyway, fast forward to maybe August 2015. I decided to become an English teacher in Japan. End of August rolls around, been successful in one of my job applications, I'm moving to Japan. Fucking sick. So I have to wait a while the visas and stuff's processed. Fast forward to April of 2016 and I'm on a plane to Japan. Absolutely bricking it, I might add. So I arrive in Japan and I live in a 1-bedroom apartment in Akashi in Hyogo, and I am now an English teacher. I teach in a conversation school, and basically my day can range from teaching a 4-year-old kid to an 87-year-old man. So there's no real like set age or anything for what I do. And group sizes anywhere between 1 and 4, and I teach regular English, conversational English, business English, travel English, kids English, but it's all American English, which kind of sucks. So that's kind of how I ended up in this crazy situation. A lot of people always ask me, but Dan, I want to move to Japan too. Can I do it? Can you help me? Can you tell me what to do? Yeah, I can. So pay attention, you motherfuckers. First of all, moving to Japan is not as difficult as you think it's going to be. The easiest way to move to Japan, and as much as you might not want to hear it, the easiest way is be a fucking English teacher. Japan needs English. Many people in Japan can't speak English. Therefore, I have English. Japan needs English. Japanglish. It's actually pretty good. You don't need to speak Japanese. You don't need a huge amount of savings to actually get here and start. You don't need much of anything. You just need to be able to speak English at a native level and not be an idiot, be approachable and be a nice person. And if you've got that stuff, chances are you're going to make a pretty good English teacher. You know, the job itself is actually pretty rewarding. The pay's decent, company's okay, students are great. You might also be thinking, but Dan, I speak English, but I don't really understand anything about English. Me too, bro. If people walked up to me on the street and were like, Dan, what's a past participle? I'd be like, I don't fucking know. Sounds like some sort of reggae band. You don't need to know everything about English. The textbooks and the stuff will help you in that case. All you need to be able to do is speak English naturally and be able to relate an idea to somebody. One thing I will state though, you're gonna need a degree, because the Japanese government aren't just making it rain visas like, yeah, everyone have a visa. Nah, they want the best, and Japan's a very fucking competitive market. People from all over the world want to live here, so you've got to stand out. And a degree makes it easier for the company to get you a visa. It means that you're educated to a certain level, and it means that you can probably pick up new things pretty quick. So it's not impossible to come here without a degree. but it's going to be a lot harder, and a lot of companies won't even look at you without the degree because it just makes their job so much harder. And with it being so competitive, if there's 10 people with a degree applying for a job and one person without a degree, they're not even going to look at the dude without the degree. It's sad, but that's life. And if you are in that situation, my advice to you is put your plans on hold for 3 years, go to university, do a degree in, I don't know, nail painting technology or some shit, and then fucking pick it back up. It doesn't matter what your degree's in. Mine's in sound engineering, nothing to do with English. But the fact is, it was easier to get the visa because I had the degree. So the next step is actually finding a job. There's a couple of different routes that you can go down. Like I said, there's Eikaiwas, which is conversational schools, and there's a lot of big companies like GABA, ECC, Aon, Nova. There's plenty of companies out there who are always looking for English teachers, and they're always looking for native speakers. So you can apply directly to those companies on their websites usually, and they'll do interviews on Skype, or they'll even have open days in different areas in different countries where you can actually go to like an open interview day at one of those. There's also the ALT method, which is assistant language teacher, where you work in like schools and you assist an actual Japanese teacher in teaching English. Big companies for this are JET, which is run by the Japanese government, and Interac, which are like a private company that do the same thing. Everyone seems to think it's pretty cool, and it's a good method if that's what you want to do. Both have ups, both have downs, so it all depends on what you want. To be honest, I would also say while you're not in Japan, focus on the big companies. They're the ones that have got the manpower and the money to bring you into Japan. Some little conversation school run by mom and pop in the middle of nowhere aren't going to take a chance on a foreigner overseas when there's people in Japan that you can already employ. In terms of actually looking for jobs, there's a few resources. If you actually search for ESL jobs online, there's a whole load of message boards and stuff. My favourite two that I used to use are Dave's ESL Cafe and Gaijin Pot, where you can get all sorts of jobs in Japan from there. So my advice to you is A, get a degree. B, get mentally ready to move to Japan. Have some savings. You don't need much to get here, but you're going to have to buy a flight, some necessities when you get here, and you're also you're going to need that first month's worth of money because there's always a delay in getting paid, right? So yeah, make sure you've got some savings, make sure you've got a degree, and make sure you're mentally prepared to move to Japan. After that, get on these forums, get on these websites, badger these companies, go to open days, and just start applying for everything. Have an open mind. Don't be like, I want to go to Tokyo, I'm not willing to go anywhere else. Guess what? Tokyo's competitive as fuck. And chances are, if that's your attitude, you're going to really struggle. Be open, be flexible, and you've got a lot more chance of finding a job. Do some interviews. Eventually, it won't take long, you should find a job. Then you got to play the waiting game while the company sorts out your visa. If you go with a good company, like a big company, they'll sort the visa out for you. They'll also sort out things like accommodation, where you're going to be staying, which schools you'll be teaching in. So you just got to wait while they sort everything out. And then before you know it, you'll be on a flight to Japan, absolutely shitting yourself like I was, starting a new life in one of the coolest countries on the planet. So my experience is going to differ from yours, of course, and it'll differ from this person or this person. But if you did find this helpful, or you did enjoy this video, please hit the subscribe button here. I'd really appreciate it. And while you're here, there's links to my social media accounts in the description box below. Hit me up and we'll be bros. Don't forget to check out this cool popular videos playlist and my latest video here. And as always, until next time, Jamata!